Hello everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is September the 2nd, 2019. Strong hand. Be a unique piece. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Having hype. Unconfiscatable. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Offended by selling. In motion. 5-digit realm. Oh yeah, you better believe it. We got the best guest in the space. Okay, check out all the links below. Hello, my elite friends. How you all doing tonight? Oh, it's past 2:30 in the morning in Tel Aviv, but I've got the conviction. Hey, you got questions? Do the super chat. Type in Bitcoin Meister. I'll look at the chat a couple times. I want to thank FamTV. He sent some super chat support for yesterday's awesome show with Sarah. Check that show out. He said, wow, great HD camera. Thank you for everything you do for Bitcoin. You are welcome. And dude, I'm glad you liked the... We taped it at the Bitcoin Embassy with my good camera. I do have a nice camera that's only used for pre-taped stuff, and I rarely use it. Long story. And it takes a while to upload. It really took a while to upload yesterday, but it's worth it. Sarah was great. You'll learn about the Tel Aviv Bitcoin Embassy, the Tel Aviv, the Israel Bitcoin ecosystem. Fun stuff. And you get to see someone other than me in the room with me. All right. So also watch Beyond Bitcoin. That was Saturday's show. And Friday's This Week in Bitcoin show was awesome with Ansel Lindner. And I just did a podcast at sportsmeister.com. It's linked to below. Audio podcast only. You'll only get it there. It is linked to below. Labor Day holiday. I know all you guys are recovering back in America. You're going to finally get back to work like in 12 hours or so. What a golden age we live in when you guys can take, when so many people can take 4 days off. But we're getting serious again. Summer is over. In terms of business, summer is over. We shall see what Bitcoin does. No more excuses. Well, it was a holiday weekend. That's why the price crashed, blah, 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 blah. No more of that. So, yeah, I could tell on, I think it was on Saturday even or Sunday, I wrote down 5-digit realm already to talk about today. I knew it would be back. I mean, this is so cyclical. It's so predictable. All these weak hands panic, think it's the end of the world when it goes out of the 5-digit realm. We're just getting used to the 5-digit realm still, man. You'll see. In time, we will all laugh about the days of the 4-digit realm. So I hope no one was too impressed that it got back to the 5-digit realm today. If you got a strong hand, you should know that this thing happens. Now here is a tweet about what does this tweet says? 77 days. We've never had a longer period of consecutive days where Bitcoin has been above $9,000. That is from Alistair Milne, and that is a good point right there. And it just shows you that we're transitioning away from that 4-digit realm. It's been 77 days in a row that we've never had a longer period of consecutive days where Bitcoin has been over 9. It's been 77 days? It hasn't been below 9,000? Wow. I didn't even really think that hard about it right there. But hey, man, you take it. All these people talk, it's going down to 7,000. I forgot that it hasn't been there for so long. Oh, man, value your wealth in Bitcoin. That's what I'm doing. I mean, I forgot what day it was. Was it? I didn't check the price for so long. Yeah, it was yesterday when I was at the Bitcoin Embassy. It's like I didn't turn my computer on until like 6 p.m. or something like that. You got to live your lives, dude. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves out. I mean, it wasn't a holiday here yesterday or today. So, but it was a good, hey, check out the show yesterday. It was different types. If you want a good camera, not that you should care. And I even make a joke about it on yesterday's show. What is this? 70% Bitcoin dominance. Yeah. On coinmarketcap. It actually got up there. Predictable. One day when Facebook coin comes and all the corporate coin comes, it will go down again. But for now, for this year, expect it to stay around there, I guess. Altcoin, it's definitely not altcoin season. But I do have a comment about altcoins in a second. Pound that like button, people. Capital controls have come to Argentina. Not a shock. It's happened before. It'll happen again. It's weird when they made the announcement. It was yesterday. Was it a coincidence that right after that Bitcoin started going up? Who knows? I'm just glad I have Bitcoin. So if my country were to ever have capital controls, I wouldn't have to worry about this. And we've talked about Argentina numerous times on the show before, and no excuse for them not to have Bitcoin at this point. It's been inflationary for quite some time now. This was predictable that they were going to do that. An article about it is linked below. Argentina imposes currency controls to support the economy. It also said that while individuals can continue to buy US dollars, they will need to seek permission to purchase more than $10,000 a month. The measures will apply until the end of the year. Yeah, right. You know they're going to extend that thing because their current president is going to lose the election. He's the only one that had any fiscal sense. And they're going to get someone that is just a money printer or some ridiculous socialist type of person coming in there. So that's part of the reason all this is happening now, because they're preparing. So the real way you prepare, you can scream socialist all day about your next leader, or you just get the Bitcoin and you won't have to worry about capital controls. You'll be your own bank. You can send value out of the country. And Okay, I was just looking in the chat. I see my buddies are in there. No super chats or Bitcoin Meister yet. Hey man, no one's got questions. That's all right. Man, best guest in the space here. This is where you get Bitcoin insider information, baby. This is the spot. You are a 20%er if you fully understand what this is all about, baby. Pound that like button. We are the elite here. All right. So, and I'm glad to see my elite friends. Biggest supply shock in the history of financial markets, as Chris would say. That's coming up. That's the halving. You best believe you better know what the halving is if you really want to understand what this is all about, baby. If you're a saver over a spender. And we are going to talk about that right now. I noticed a tweet. I linked to it below. It brought me back to 2017. A famous FUD line back then is like, you're not a Bitcoin user. You don't use Bitcoin. I mean, that was one of the King of the Trolls' main talking points. And all these 80%ers would cheer him on and say, oh, he's so right. You don't use if you don't spend Bitcoin, you're not using Bitcoin. And I see people are trying to do this again. No one uses Bitcoin. No one uses Bitcoin. It's a savings account, baby. That's a way you use it. When you're holding it, you are using it. And people like King of the Trolls, I think he understood it, but that was one of his talking points. But so many people that he persuaded into his Bcash, they surely didn't understand that using Bitcoin meant, just holding Bitcoin, using it as a savings mechanism. This dude, though, says, define usage. My main use case is Bitcoin as a savings account. I don't need to purchase goods with it to use it. That's the line you guys use if anyone tries to FUD you out. If that FUD becomes in fashion again, and maybe it is. I did notice it on Twitter again. I mean, the FUD is cyclical. Everything's darn cyclical around these parts. All right. So let's talk about these altcoins like Bcash. Because again, Bcash is an altcoin. Of course, it was a crypto dividend of Bitcoin. We got it for free. And if you hold your Bitcoin properly, you get crypto dividends. You get interest on your Bitcoin. Insider information, baby. So CoinMarketCap had a tweet, and I referred to it on yesterday's show. You've spoken. We've heard. We will be testing a change in our ranking methodology on Monday, September 2nd, which was today, to represent all crypto assets more fairly. Please see the full details here. So that is linked to below. But basically what they did is now their top 200, their first two pages, all the coins on there follow all the rules very strictly in terms of the measurements. They're listed the metrics, the various metrics that measure certain aspects of the coin, how many there are, the trading volume, the exchanges. The top 200 are all follow all the rules. And you see the coin market, the market capitalization decreases, obviously, from 1 to 200. But then when you get to 201, the market cap is quite high of number 201, higher than a lot of the top 200. But right at 201, it starts with the next tier that does not follow all of the specifications, all of the correct methodologies out there. So to get into their top 200, you got to follow every rule in the book that they've got listed there. I think this is interesting. This is a dividing line. This is help defining top tier altcoins or the top few tier altcoins. So I think it makes it easier. It's, CoinMarketCap, many people do not like it, but the masses do go there for the rankings. So these altcoins now have a lot of pressure to get into that top 200, to get all their A's and B's and X's and Y's, everything fixed on their end. Make sure they're on legitimate exchanges and that no bloated numbers are on these exchanges. So we shall see how this evolves, and I do give them credit. They actually did this on September the 2nd, like they said they did. So often in cryptocurrency, someone will give a date. They won't even do what the heck they said. They did it. The listings have changed on there. So if you're, again, I'm a Bitcoin holder, so I'm just watching this. But, the overall ecosystem, people like to talk altcoins and coins in general, Bitcoin being number one, Bitcoin's the next Bitcoin. And they're doing this top 200 thing now. You're going to definitely want to be in the top 200 to be legitimate. All right, in the eyes of all you altcoin freakages out there. Tor Demeester has an interesting observation. Quite a knowledgeable guy, a guy that's been on the show before, a guy that's popular with the masses, but popular with the 20%ers also. And you should be reading. I read his Twitter feed every day. He has a tweet out there, and he's definitely in agreement with me, that the retail investors have not returned yet. He says, my Twitter follower number has been flat for months now. I suspect that once growth picks up again, that'll indicate the return of retail investors to the Bitcoin market. And I think it's a legitimate way of looking at things. He's obviously a very popular figure in the space in Bitcoin. If his numbers start popping again, you better believe a lot of newbies are back, are here, not back. If they're newbies, they're not back, and they've heard they're bloating his numbers. So good observation on his part. Hey, but I am pleased at the situation that even without the newbies flying in here, without the new retail people coming in, that Bitcoin has been very stable around that 5-digit realm. And a lot of it's caused by people trading in their altcoins for Bitcoin. Who knows what else is going on behind the scenes with entities buying it up. I've said it a million times. You don't want to be left out in the cold saying, oh, maybe the price will go lower. And then in a few years, you're complaining, like, why does Bank of America own a lot of Bitcoin and I own no Bitcoin? Pound that like button. All right, what else do we have here? All right, no questions yet. But there are some interesting dudes over there in the chat. How you guys doing, my elite friends? Moving on. Remember, you can support this show. Follow me on Twitter at TechBalt, TechBalt. Retweet the stuff. That's how you support the show. It's great if you want to support the show. Speaking about Twitter, I retweeted something that I saw last night at the Bitcoin Embassy. It was someone's 25th birthday there. They made him a cake that looked like a Bitcoin miner, like an S9, I think. It was so cool looking. In America, people would pay like $1,000 for a cake like this. Trust me, there was that show that was based in Baltimore, actually, a cable TV show. They made cakes, Ace of Cakes, Duff Goldman. Yeah, you want me to drop a name as somebody? No, I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna leave. I knew some people over there. No need to. They made me I'll stop. But anyway, the cake was awesome. It is linked to below. It looks like an Ace of Cakes cake or whatever the name of whatever they did back in the day, back in the early part of this decade. I think that was popular with that type of show is popular with 80%ers. Ooh, let's watch Duff make some cakes. Oh, the things people watch on TV and the things people pay $1,000 for. All right. And again, the people at the Bitcoin Embassy, they made that cake on their own. It looked like it was beautiful. It was so funny. Again, it's linked to below if you want to see. Hey, if there's so many opportunities in the Bitcoin space, maybe you could be a Bitcoin cake maker and convince some whales to pay you a lot of money for making a Bitcoin cakes. Hey, I just came up with an idea. Ace of Bitcoin cakes. And do it in a city that's a little bit more safe than Baltimore, I guess. But hey, man, gotta love my Baltimore people. That's where I'm from. How you doing out there? It's 7:57 out there, which means it must be 2:57 in the morning here in Tel Aviv, which means it's time to pound that like button, bang that bell button, and it's time for me to go to sleep. So I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the links below. I just want to see if I forgot anything here. What was the title of this show? Yeah, I think I talked about Argentina, retail classic FUD. Yeah, all right, dudes. Robert said, when Bitcoin is transferred to an offline device, Trezor, is it a taxable event? No, it is not, Robert. That is a complete FUD. I think I mentioned that on a recent show. If you move your Bitcoin, it's not a taxable event. No, if you sell your Bitcoin, moving and selling are definitely different things there. Definitely different things. But people, Robert, I understand why you have that question, but there have been trolls actually that have tried to scare people. Oh, you move your Bitcoin, it's the IRS. No, they can't tax you if you move your Bitcoin. That maybe they can question you, and then you can say, look, I had it on Coinbase. I moved it here to my Trezor. Look, it's there. Here's the address. I'll sign it. They can do nothing. Don't think it's going to come to that. But oh my God, the show is being extended by Frank Castandini out in San Francisco. You know, Robert's down in Long Beach, in Southern California. Frank is in Northern California. He sent $10. He said, just want to show my continued support for all your efforts, reminding folks to have strong hands. The holders of last resort will be handsomely rewarded. Rock on. Yes, Frank, thank you for leaving us on that very positive note, and I am glad you support the show, and I'm glad you are down with that strong hand consistency. You've been a long-term supporter of the show. I know you're very happy up in beautiful San Francisco. If you're looking for a house, be it in Haight-Ashbury, be it in the Tenderloin, wherever, can't contact Frank Castandini. He'll be your realtor, okay? All right. Pound that like button, everybody. I'm going to sleep. Bye-bye.